Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, December 8th, 2024. So, on a very even sort of date, because it's December, which is the 12th month, the 8th day, 2024, which is also even, did you do the crossword?
I did.
And did you eventually get it?
I did.
Good.
It took me a little longer than it usually takes me on a Sunday because I had multiple mistakes after I got it all filled in.
Yes.
But eventually I found them and got it done.
Yeah, I found it to be my typical Sunday slog. I get the crossword all filled in. It is not right. And I'm like, all right, I will now spend the next hour of my life trying to figure out where I went wrong.
Yes.
This is a self-inflicted injury, but still depressing. So guess where I went wrong?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the various places I went wrong.
Oh, well, all right. Why don't we explore those?
How about 22 across? Tarot
card group? Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
No, I got that.
Oh, okay. How about 33 across? Small snail paste. Pokey.
I had pokey and was very concerned about the lack of an E.
Yes, me too.
But it turns out it was pokey. And the one running down from there, 33 down, fluffy footstool, was a poof. And I think you used the word poof before, and every single across for that looked like it was correct. So just like, okay, apparently there's something called a poof.
How about 71 down? Song of Praise.
Ah, there we go. That's where I went awry.
Yeah.
Song of Praise is a peon.
Right.
I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's spelled P-A-E-A-N.
Right.
And that second A runs into my arch nemesis, the Spanish language.
Right.
87, let's see, that was 87 across, blank vez, once in Spanish. And it's una vez.
Right.
I went for uno.
Yes, I did.
It's a fabulous card game. Yeah. And peon, P-A-E-O-N, looked like it was spelled correctly. Apparently there's peon, P-E-O-N, P-A-E-A-N, and P-A-E-O-N.
Wow.
And people confuse them all the time. So that made me feel a little bit better. But the way I was able to figure it out was I convinced myself that, I knew right away that it had to be something that I thought was right that was wrong, because I went over this with a fine-tooth comb, magnifying glass out. I could see the pixels. And so eventually I'm like, what? There's no mistake in this crossword. I started looking at the O's suspiciously. Perhaps they're zeros. And
oh my.
Yeah, well, I do start to panic at that point. But anyways, it turned out it was una and peon.
Right.
And yes, that was my major downfall. Where did you have any other areas of concern?
I did not know how to spell 50 across. Ryan with 12 Olympic swimming medals, and I knew it was Ryan LOCHTE, but I didn't know how he spelled his name.
Wow! So
I had it like T-C-H-E, LOCHTE. It's actually LOCHTE. So anyway, I did not know how he spelled his name, but I did know that his name was Ryan LOCHTE.
Well, you were definitely one up on me because I just knew his first name was Ryan, and I got that by reading the clue. So I got each one of those letters from the crosses. I knew it had to end in an E because 52 down, fruity smelling compound was an ester.
That's right.
And then 51 down was far from laid back was type A. At first I had alpha. But it was type A. So
type A, yes.
I was able to sort of work through most of this. I mean, I don't think it was that hard a crossword if you knew your Spanish and if you knew how to spell peon.
Yeah, that pretty much would have solved it a lot faster for me.
I did have another problem with 54 down. Bocelli, E.G., was a tenor.
Yes.
And my problem was I tried to solve that with 64 across. Singer Del Rey, and I put Lara, or Laura, L-A-R-A.
Oh, no, it's Lana.
It's Lana.
Lana Del Rey.
Yes. And that it went from being a misspelled terror, T-E-R-O-R.
Bocelli was a misspelled terror.
He was a misspelled terrorist, I guess. But it went from that to tenor, which made a whole lot more sense. But then I started thinking about Botticelli. Isn't that the person who painted, like, Venus?
Yes.
And I was trying to figure out, why is Botticelli a tenor? But, maybe he was singing as he was painting. No. And then I realized, it's not Botticelli, it's Bocelli. So there was a subtle difference there.
More than subtle.
There was a difference. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
There was a theme in this crossword.
There was. It was clever, I thought.
And very helpful in solving the crossword.
Oh, definitely. If you knew I guess these are idioms. The title of the puzzle was Just for Fun, which was a major clue into what the theme was, because all of the themed answers were these phrases or idioms that had the word for in them, but they weren't written as we typically hear them. They had totally transposed what was in front of the for to behind the for, and what was behind the for to the front. So they just totally switched the phrase around. Mm-hmm. So the first one ran the length of the puzzle, and it was 23 across. What a beautiful tackle boat. Nice casting, and such. And the answer to that was compliments for fishing, rather than fishing for compliments.
Yes.
Or 35 across, lasso, and that was a loop for throwing, not throwing for a loop. Mm-hmm. 53 across, leaning forward and holding the reins, and that was position for jockeys, not jockeying for position.
Right.
And then we had 73 across, which was accidentally using salt instead of sugar, say. And that was disaster for a recipe, not a recipe for disaster.
Yes, that was great.
That was very good, yes. 92 across, marathon fee or campaign donation. And that was one's money for a run, or it's rather than run for one's money. Mm-hmm. And finally, another one that ran the length of the puzzle at the bottom, 106 across, not being allowed to lick the spatula clean, was punishment for a glutton, not a glutton for punishment.
Yes.
So, very clever.
Yes, indeed.
I am just amazed there are that many different phrases with, that kind of, pattern, mm-hmm. for a or for in the middle. So. Mm-hmm.
And John Kugelman, the author of this crossword, has managed to find them all.
Yes. Well, good job, John.
It seems to me we just saw him, didn't we, in the crossword?
I don't recall.
Let's see. He has done a total of 8. Mm-hmm. And thanks to Xword Info, we can actually go back through time. Let's see. So we have today's. And then he did November 11th.
Oh, okay.
And then he did October 5th. And then he did August 25th. Boy, this guy's really on a tear.
He is. He's got like one a month.
Oh, then he sort of slowed down. May of 2024, March of 2024, wow. January of 2024. Wow,
so
yeah.
He has done 6 Sunday puzzles this year.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really?
Mm-hmm. And what was it? What's that one? Is that Monday or Tuesday or?
I'm not sure what.
It's a Monday. These are 1 Monday and 6 Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of puzzles for somebody that's probably not a full-time puzzle maker.
Well, it says he's a software engineer and musician.
Uh-huh. Wow.
It says when he isn't making puzzles, he likes to spend his time off rock climbing and attending weekly trivia contests. Wow. I hope he he focuses on the rock climbing when he's doing the rock climbing and doesn't get distracted by, I wonder if this word would fit here. That sounds very dangerous. Let's see. So I feel like I can probably quote every single clue and answer in this crossword because I've gone over it so many times. There were lots of interesting clues and for me, tricky ones. Like we saw 8 across before, Italian title for Puccini's Butterfly, and it was Madama.
Right.
Because, of course, it's Madame Butterfly, but this is the Italian title.
Right.
And then we did have 13 down, Spice Planet in the Dune universe, Arrakis.
I had no idea what that was.
That was a gimme for me.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I sort of stalled on 40 down. Totally lose it. Go loco.
Yeah, I had that too, and it was like, okay, I guess that's the scientific term for it.
Loco is crazy, of course, in Spanish, so go crazy. But yeah, totally lose it. Go loco. Mm-hmm. Oh, and another one that had a lot of O's in it, 63 across, Dutch astronomer with an eponymous ice cloud.
Oort.
Oort.
The Oort cloud, yes.
I had not heard of that.
You hadn't?
No.
Oh, I thought everyone's heard of the Oort cloud.
No, we had Oort, and then just a few under it, 90 across. Tusked warcraft race was orcs.
Right.
So we had Oort and orcs.
Mm-hmm. And then that R of orcs gave us 91 down, confirmation, e.g. ritual.
That's right.
Let's see. In that area we had 108 down, and no, I'm sorry, 100 down. Lofgren of the E Street Band was Niels.
Niels, yes.
Or Nils, is that how it's pronounced?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was, I mean, there were a lot of answers here that I thought I knew, but I started doubting myself.
Oh,
another example was 103 down. Word before jelly or pie, and I thought, I think it's moon, because I know there's moon pie.
Yes.
And I thought moon jelly sounds like it could be a thing, but that M of moon came out of 102 across, slacked say, and that was I am'd.
Yes.
I thought that was brilliant. This is like, oh, that kind of slack.
Mm-hmm. A word I had never heard before was 72 down, bloodhound's trail, spoor. S-P-O-O-R, spore. I'd never heard that.
I think that's poop. I believe that's the scientific word for poop.
No, really?
I think so.
I looked it up, and it talked about having a trail.
Well, it says that the track or scent of an animal. So I guess it's not necessarily poop. No. I stand corrected.
Okay.
It is the scent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I'd never heard that before.
Well, you have now.
Yep.
Thanks to the New York Times crossword.
I know, you learn things.
And I learned that I don't know what spore means. That could be very useful.
But you know now.
I know now.
So you've learned that. So.
Let's see. Branded item at a bank, maybe. 71 across was pen.
Right.
I thought that was a very colorful clue for a sort of blah answer. It's like, how can we make pen interesting? Let's see. Acronymic epithet for one who's not conservative enough. 75 down was rhino, R-I-N-O.
I know.
That was interesting.
And, that's kind of a new acronym. So I don't think we've probably seen that maybe once or twice, but relatively new.
It's not a debut, so it has.
Yeah, I think we had it before, not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago, and I thought when I saw it there, I thought, oh well, that's a first. We'll be seeing that, I'm sure, a lot more, because that's sort of a common moniker that people seem to give to politicians.
I'm going to guess it's appeared twice in the crossword. And it has appeared 4 times.
4 times.
Interestingly, it first appeared in 1952. Money, slang,
Was it rhino?
Yes. And then a clue, a Saturday crossword, October 29th, 1983. The clue was epicarp. Okay, you could tell that was a Saturday. Yeah. And that was a Saturday when Saturdays were tough.
Yeah.
Because the clue was epicarp. The answer was rhino.
Right. Epicarp.
There are 3 people in the universe who knew both of those. One of them was probably the author of the crossword. The second was Maleska, who was the editor. And probably Rex Parker was the third.
But it's been, how many times has it been clued as, like, politically?
Twice.
Twice, okay.
In November and December of this year.
Yeah, see, I remembered it from a few weeks back.
It was Alex Eaton Salners on another Sunday.
So
apparently that's the rhino's preferred day to show up in a grid.
I'm sure we'll be seeing it more. So,
Let's see, 86 across. Advance to the blank railroad monopoly directive. And the answer to that was nearest.
Nearest. I couldn't think. I kept thinking, oh, maybe it's the name of the railroad, and I couldn't remember the names of the railroad. But
let's see. What is there?
Nearest.
Is there B&O? I think that's one of them.
Could be.
Acela? No, probably not Acela.
No, I don't think so.
We had 88 down. Carter, who played Wonder Woman, was Linda.
Linda Carter.
Lynda.
I remember her, yes. She could spin around and she'd be in her Wonder Woman outfit.
Yes, but she had to spell her name whenever she went anywhere as
Probably,
Linda.
Yeah, probably. So
another one, 89 down, Raging Bull boxer Jake was LaMotta.
LaMotta. And
as I was looking at places where I thought, wonder if this is right, that was definitely one of them. But it looked so right.
I remembered the name Jake, and I was, what is it? It's like Lamont. Finally, it came to me, LaMotta. So, but I was trying to make it Lamont. Yeah, no, it's got more syllables than that.
I don't think I'd heard that at all.
Oh yes, the other reason I know it is they made a movie about his life called Raging Bull. And I'm not a boxing fan at all. I do not like that sport. I just can't watch that. But anyway, he was quite the boxer. I liked 17 down. Squeamish. Faint of heart.
Yes.
Faint of heart, yes.
We had, another right next to it, and actually in the middle of faint of heart, the first T was part of 34 cross, group formed from the 2023 WWE UFC merger, and the answer was TKO.
Right.
And I had the first letter, the T, I had the last letter, the O, and for the one in the middle it was Storenstam of golf. Yes. And I'm like, oh, great. And it was, I figured it was either going to be Anita, because it was ANNI blank A, and I thought, Anita sounds right. But then the answer to 34 cross would have been TTO, and I thought, oh, they should have called themselves TKO. And then I thought, maybe it's Anika. And so that was another place where I was definitely of two minds.
Wow.
I know.
I ended up there too. I just went through the alphabet, and when I hit K, I got the puzzle solved.
Oh, so you didn't know Anika?
I thought it was Anissa maybe, but I think Anissa is ANISSA.
And come to think of it, Anita is probably spelled with one N, not two.
Right. It was Anika.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had 48 down, animal that fights by necking, giraffe. I didn't realize that.
No, me either.
I wonder if they've ever been involved in a battle involving Jake LaMotta and a giraffe. Boy, people would probably pay big bucks to see that.
Where would that be held?
In a zoo. Or it'd have to be a very tall arena. I mean, to be fair to the giraffe.
I was thinking.
Jake LaMotta would probably demand that it be in like a little enclosed space with a 2-foot ceiling or something. Let's see, what else did we have here? Blank journey, story framework, 38 down was heroes. Hero's journey. I guess I've heard that phrase.
Yep.
Not very often.
No.
Another phrase I haven't heard a lot. Nothing weird about that, 20 across. And the answer was, as you do.
Right.
I think I've heard Tom Tomorrow use that phrase.
As you do.
As you do.
I had never heard of 74 down laptop brand ASUS.
Right.
Asus?
Asus?
Asus, is that?
Yeah, I think they'd probably prefer it to be pronounced as Asus.
Yeah, no doubt. Asus.
Otherwise, it sounds like a herd of donkeys. Probably doesn't help with sales of high-tech equipment. But the other possibility, and it's I think more often that, is Acer.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I had the A, and I think, I think it's Acer.
Right.
No, it was Asus. Asus. Anyway.
So I haven't quite figured out exactly what a poof is, but other than a fluffy footstool.
That's right. That's what it is.
Okay. Well, that mystery is now solved. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for today.
Okay.
So thanks, everyone, for listening.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed this podcast. Let us know, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com, and let the world know. Leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to this podcast. We will be back again then with our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow, a.k.a. Monday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.